This happened to me when I was about 9 years old. I was living with my mother in an apartment just above a pizza shop. The building was very old with old designs such as the door made up of rough unfinished wood, and it also had a creepy attic, of course. I was a strange kid back then. I usually hid in my bedroom or on the couch, and I spent most of my time on my laptop. I had interest in paranormal things. I had video cameras, the type that recorded directly into CDs, and many other tools to try and go ghost hunting. The possession I witnessed is a true conclusion of the story I'm going to tell you. Many events led to these scary and traumatizing events for me. To list a few, the doors of the attic usually open by itself, and most times we hear voices of people coming up the stairs. My mom even installed a lock outside the attic door to try to make me feel safer, but unfortunately it only scared me more. I would hear the chain lock slide open and the old door creep open, letting a cold breeze into my bedroom. Many other creepy things happened. I will start from our cat. We had a lovely cat who was small enough to fit through the rotten hole in the attic door, and often she wandered there on her own. We made sure it was safe for her up there. We got rid of rat baits or anything that could harm her. We even put a cat tree for her up there. It made me feel a little better thinking that the noises from the attic came from our cat. So one day our cat went missing, but we still had noises from the attic, so we assumed she was hiding there. After about 5 days of looking for her, my mother and I found her long decomposing corpse in the attic, directly in front of the stairs. After mourning the loss of her, my mother and I got another cat. The next event I'm going to talk about still shakes me to this very day. My mom will frequently walk from our apartment to the next door convenience store to grab quick food. One day, she went to grab some things and I waited in my room. About 5 minutes later, I heard her coming up the stairs with a heavy guilt, like she was carrying something very heavy. So I left my room, prepared to go downstairs and help her, just to find the apartment completely empty. No one was there. My mom arrived about 10 minutes later, and she was very terrified when I narrated to her what had happened. It was obviously her voice and her footsteps. I wished it was a prank, but same thing happened after about a week later. Me and my mom were resting in the living room together. She had this guy she was dating, and he often come visiting spontaneously. We both had him coming up our apartment, and he yelled, "Hey girls, want to grab some food?" or something to that extent. Me and my mom, we both got up to greet him, just to find no one in the apartment. I know you might be thinking this noise might be coming from the pizza store below, but it was always the exact voice, the slang, or the said phrase the person would say regularly. The voice also resonated in our apartment, so definitely it was not coming from the apartment below. Our new cat eventually got pregnant by a stray. So one day I found her giving birth in the attic. I called my mom, who was very eager to see. We were both watching the kittens when I heard the attic door shut on its own and the chain lock slide. My mom then began having seizures instantly. I was absolutely terrified. I had no idea what to do at that age. So I called my best friend on my LG rumor cell phone. I told her my mom was dying and I needed help. They called an ambulance for us. My mom later woke up before the ambulance arrived. She looked angry and had this scary expression and was slurring her words. But she was almost growling every word, and she also said I was a curse, or something that sounded like that. When the EMTs arrived, I tried to go meet them, but found out the attic door was locked, and I was locked there with my mom in this her scary mood. I called my friend again in total panic and told her to tell the EMTs to come into the attic. When they came, they took basic vitals and they left. I don't know if it was my mother playing strange but explainable events in the house, or maybe she had a normal seizure that day. Some things that happened in that house are explainable. Why so many of them are not? Like, how did the attic door lock us in by itself? How on earth were the voices of the people we knew being heard in our apartment without them being there? The memories of living in that house still haunt me today, and I hope one day I will get over it.